Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Delta Green role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. The scenario is Phlebotomy. It was written by Jeff Moeller and his crew, and is from the collection Fear Sharp Little Needles. It's available from Drive-Thru RPG. Our game master is John Dos Passos, and this is episode 6. Our recap will be given by Alex Sun as his character, Agent Paragon. So without any further delay, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Alex?
Agent Paragon, reporting in for Operation Appalachian Sunrise. This may be my final audio log. We followed every lead to Bettie, Texas, to the Ferguson Clinic, an antebellum-style mansion repurposed into a rehab clinic. London Sinclair will be there. One thing is certain. She is the mission and must be stopped. London's existence threatens the entire world, whether it be her ability to mutate others or being the chosen one for a ritual originating from moon people. It gets more complicated. March Technologies is involved. Our handler isn't too happy about that. March Technologies also wants London dead, but I don't believe their methods will kill her and will just complicate things on future attempts. That's why Pawn and I had to take care of one of their hired assassins. But because of that, they're on to us. Their forces conspire against us and are closing in. With our hand forced, we have decided to raid the Ferguson Clinic tonight. Parsnip and I have commandeered a laundry truck. We will sneak into the compound in order to get access to the network. After that is done, the rest of the team can move in to complete the mission. We most likely have a March Technologies cleaner team coming to kill us, so we have stashed dirt bikes away for exfiltration. We will collect London and meet back up at the secure location. Innocent people might die. I don't feel like a hero. Today, I feel like a killer. But the mission calls for it. We must complete the mission. May God forgive us. Paragon signing off. End of recording. This message will self-destruct in 3 seconds.
Thank you. That was wonderful. Yes. So as we come back to our scene, as you mentioned, it is it is nighttime. It is the big night rather of the raid. And so you as you mentioned, you have your dirt bikes stashed out in the sort of the plains and sort of urban rural area around you. And Paragon and Parsnip, it was, I believe, when we left off, you two were in the delivery van. Is that still the case?
We're actually going to pick up the rest of the cell.
Okay, I was wondering if we were going to all have everybody on the comms for the beginning or no. So you are all picking up the others, and you are making your way to the clinic.
Yes, I'm in the passenger seat, snacking on some nuts.
Yep, I'm driving.
The rest of us, I think, are in the back.
We're all in the back.
Yep.
Pooling some phone cords around my wrists.
I believe that our plan is when we pull up to the guard, while we are somewhat distracting him and getting him to come out of the booth, Agent Pawn is going to go around the back of the van and garrote the guy to make no noise.
Interesting. Okay.
Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of noise.
Yeah. So is it just, are you all sort of silent as you're, making the final approach as you see the clinic in the distance, or are you going over any last minute details of the plan, or have you already worked that out?
We've
worked it out. Mm-hmm. And for the most part, we're probably blasting some music to distract the security guard further.
Yeah.
All right. And as you are pulling up, actually, you see it looks like the security guard is actually stepping outside of the booth. And he actually looks over kind of curiously as the van pulls up. You get the idea that maybe he was actually about to leave for the night. And so he kind of shouts. He hasn't, from just outside the booth. He's like, "What's going on? Can I help you? Delivery's not till tomorrow."
I'm sorry to come back, but we got to our shop and realized that we didn't get all our items that we should have picked up when were here earlier.
You saying you left crates, like from the food stores, or is it one of the laundry bins?
No, it was one of the laundry bins actually. We got to the shop and realized that we didn't have everything we should have had.
All right then. We're not really supposed to let anybody in after 6 p.m. I guess I could call up to the nurse's station, see about letting you in.
Is there no way we could just pull around and pick them up? I'm sure that what we left is right there.
Yeah, do you want to go ahead and give me a persuade roll?
Yeah. Ooh. Not with an 86.
He says, listen, I don't know if you're new in the, new on this job, but I'm also the police officer for the local town, so I got to kind of do things above board. Name's Officer Burglow, by the way, if you haven't met me already. Listen, I'll call up to the nurse's station, then I'll see about getting you let inside. All right, and then he kind of turns and puts his key back in the to open up the station again.
Is it fair to say that I have been moving up behind him during this chat to garrote him with a phone cord? Given
that he kind of had to shout over the music and then Parsnip kind of turned it down, has been distracting him, I would say yes. It would be very easy to out of the back, especially in the dark. He's not paying attention to you. He's paying attention to Parsnip over here.
All right, I'm going to try to garrote him from surprise.
All right, yeah, he cannot defend against this, so go ahead and make a roll.
In Unarmed Combat, I'm glad I switched to physical dice, a 35 under 60.
All right, yeah. So you come up behind him, and he is just oblivious. He's got his hands, down working the door. He kind of when you pull it on his neck, he kind of quickly, snaps to try to fight you. But he's, kind of ruffles. Actually, his one hand tries to rip the keys out to maybe use that to tear at him.
Mm-hmm.
But they kind of get stuck in the door, and he's kind of working on two fronts there, and you're easily able to overpower him, and you can feel him starting to lose consciousness. Are you going to keep going?
Just tie him up.
He could.
As in, do you want to knock him out or do you want to kill him?
As far as we know, he is still innocent, and he's probably cutting it too close to the line, but Pawn will let him go before it's for sure death. But it's probably a little bit too close after he goes unconscious.
All right. And are you adapted to? Were you the one that got adapted to violence? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're good here. You feel as if previously this might have weighed on you, but no, this is you have to do this for the for the mission. So so you were easily able to incapacitate him and knock him out. Might have some light damage to his neck there, but he should be all right from as far as you and Patch can tell.
He's only going to be able to tell people that it was the cleaning van.
Right, yeah. These delivery guys showed up, and suddenly I was knocked out. Yeah.
In that case, if no one has any need for him, Pawn's going to take his keys, take his handcuff keys, cuff him, and then go over a little bit to if there's a nearby ditch or something. Take his gun. Yeah. There's
some dunes and some rocks and stuff. You could sort of obscure him amongst that. What was that?
Do we have any tape to tape his mouth shut with? So
I'm sure.
Wake up.
I'm sure you got some duct tape and things like that.
Sure.
Bindings. All right. Yeah. He does have a revolver. So you can add that. Anyone. It counts as a medium pistol. All right. It looks like you have successfully taken him out. It doesn't look like anyone else has been alerted, at least from over here. It seems it's a calm night.
Is he here in a black and white, or is he in his own car?
He is here in a black and white. Yeah, he is here in a police car.
All right. Well, we can't really use that to get away if we need to. We can get away a little ways.
Yeah, those are tracked usually, right?
That is correct. I'm sure a couple of you would probably know that. Yes, that all police vehicles, almost all government vehicles, are tracked at all times.
I'm gonna turn the van around so that the back is facing the building, and that way we can just drive out if we need to.
Right. You should have access now to the computer system from the booth.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I'll
So
very happily give you the keys.
So we're right
Thank
up
you.
next to the main building.
So there is I guess I should repost the map here, or I guess I can just reshare real quick here what the parking lot looks like as you're pulling in and getting the vehicle set up.
We did have a question whether that was one building or two.
It is one building. The picture is a little odd. The second floor is from the other side for some reason, but it is. Yeah, it is a 2-story building, and so you're all sort of here at one. You've passed the right about over here is where the gate is. So you're at the gatehouse, and you can now bring the van in. And so you set the van up, and it looks like Parsnip was going inside to get into the computer at the guard station, correct? Or
yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
While he's doing that, I'm going to set up a ladder on the outside of the wall.
Didn't we already do that? Didn't we do that before earlier?
No, on the inside of the wall. Sorry.
Oh, the inside. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, do you want to make an alertness as you do that?
Sure. 51 pass out of 70.
Yeah, so you didn't notice it from the other side, but along the inside at the top of the wall, there's actually barbed wire that's sort of obscured. And so that you almost kind of wouldn't see it from coming over from the one side, but because you're on this side, you can easily see it. So you will have to avoid that if you do go over the fence.
I'm going to get a tarp then and try to set it up over the barbed wire.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, you do have a tarp from the van, but it will only be able to cover a few feet. So you'll have to, you have to go here if you're going to go over the wall.
Yeah. So I'll set that up then. And the other ladder I will set up going into the second story of one of the porches whenever Parsnip identifies a good entry point.
Up to the balcony.
Yep, the balcony.
You're going to do with the second ladder, you said?
Yeah, I'm waiting on Parsnip to tell us where to enter.
You said this is an antebellum house, so is there a balcony that goes all the way around the top of the building?
So it looks like it is on the front. There's a front balcony, and it's sort of segmented so that like there's sort of a little wall between each of the so for each room along the side. And so it seems the second floor has like the most prestigious rooms. Yeah, and so like if you pay the extra, you get the nice front big sort of terrace rather than a little mini one. You imagine that that is one of the from what you saw, she's got one in one of those. Yeah.
All I'm saying is if Parsnip can figure out which room hers is and we can figure it out from the exterior, we might be in and out of here pretty easily.
We could just go up the ladder into her room.
Yeah, exactly.
And as you were, sorry,
go ahead. The doctor needs to be taken care of as well in all of this. I feel like he's a liability, but London's the priority, and Jess.
Doctor doesn't know us. So he doesn't know Delta Green.
But he's dabbling in some dangerous stuff.
Whatever this hypnotism is.
Maybe it's just stopping people from smoking.
So are you speaking on comms, or are you three in the van still?
I'm kind of in the van.
Yeah, I'm still in the van.
Until we get up near the house.
I figure a bunch of people standing outside a van looks weirder than a van just kind of sitting by itself in the parking lot.
So Paragon is setting up the second ladder up to the front terrace. Parsnip, you said you were going in to get into the guard station, correct?
That's correct. Yes.
Awesome. So there's a simple computer here. He did log out though, so you have to give me just a simple computer science roll to use one of your hacking programs to get in. A run through a number of possible things until you get the right one.
Isn't that
My dice are betraying me this
But
evening.
is it a botch though?
That's a 74.
All right,
62.
So it will take you a little bit. Unfortunately, this place is it is higher end. So they do have a nice, fancy security system, very up to date. So it will take your password generator a little bit to get to the length of this password. Meanwhile, Paragon, as you're setting up the ladder, someone comes out the front. The door opens. And you see, it looks like probably one of the nurses. Maybe she's the shift nurse is leaving. Perhaps she was, maybe chatting with one of the others for a little bit, and she's just now leaving after getting off her shift. And as she comes out, she looks over and she says, "What's going on? I didn't hear about any maintenance or anything. Is everything all right?"
Oh, this is some quick maintenance work. Ferguson called. We're just doing some maintenance on the shingles.
Huh? Burglar let you in?
Yeah.
All right. No, you're fine. She's like, okay. You really should have someone to hold that ladder.
Yeah, don't worry. We've got my buddy.
She kind of looks around like, where?
He points to the van.
Oh, well, yeah, they should come hold the ladder for you. Anyway, I gotta go home.
Have a nice night, miss.
She kind of brushes it off, and seems to be heading back towards her car.
I'm going to inform Parsnip that a nurse is going to be driving past the security roof very shortly.
I'm going to drop down and wait for the car to pass so that I'm not spotted.
Yeah, that's good.
I was just going to say, she might notice that the cop's car hasn't moved.
That is something that you are now realizing.
And he was supposed to leave earlier. All right, just see what happens. Maybe she won't notice.
We might need Pawn on standby.
Keep your head down. Like a figure in the car. Just kind of keep your head down.
Yeah.
All right, and so you see, the car does, she has like a sedan, like a red 4-door Honda, something, and it pulls, back, and it, starts to head out, but it does stop when it gets to the guard station, and you do hear her pause. She turns the car off and gets out. She says, "Hey, Burgalo, you around? Would expected you to leave by this time." She's kind of looking around, kind of confused.
Yeah, I'm actually not going to say anything. I'm going to kind of keep quiet and keep down.
All right. And what about everybody else? But was that Pawn? I can't hear you. Uh-oh.
Testing.
Okay. There you go.
How far away is the booth from the parking spot?
It looks to be about 30 meters or so down the sort of like little concrete sort of driveway.
God, that's a long ways.
It is a rather big parking lot.
He's got the garrote in his pocket. The silenced pistol that Paragon left behind is going in the other, and he's just hopping out and kind of running towards her and waving like, oh, just a second.
Just waving?
Yeah, he's kind of headed her way. Like, you're looking for off. 1 second. Let me get a little closer.
Kind of looking at you confused, kind of looks at the security station that looks empty. Like she was about to go walk towards it and, see if he was inside, but you've now paused her and she's kind of like, are you one of the maintenance people?
Yeah. I was just talking with the sheriff on the way in. He was saying some buddies picked him up to go drinking tonight. Was wondering if he was allowed to park overnight.
Officer Burgalo?
Yeah.
Do you want to give me a persuade?
All right. Come on, dice. Be hot. That is definitely not hot enough. Oh, no. 40 under 50.
Huh. Oh, maybe his brother might be in town. I know he always takes him out drinking. Usually he parks the car at home though. Anyway, all right. Well,
Sudden thing sometimes.
I guess that's all right. Say, what was the? So you're here fixing something with the terrace? Just make sure to avoid the room 12 because obviously we have a patient in there, so don't want to set her to sleep or anything.
Room. Oh,
yeah, it's the one right in the middle of the terrace.
Oh, that's good. We weren't informed of that. We don't. I mean, it's yeah. We don't have to worry about other rooms.
Well, no, that's only one of the terrace rooms that is currently occupied. But like I said, just try to keep it down, especially since you're right next to her room up there.
Of course. Have a safe evening, ma'am.
You too, I suppose. And she's gonna, get back in. It looks like she gets back in her car. There is a little pause, but then you hear like the radio come on, and she starts driving away.
He's just standing there watching the car go. He's watching to make sure she doesn't pull out her cell phone and start making calls.
No, it doesn't look like it as she's pulling out. All right, so Parsnip, you're as you're kind of like peeking back up from behind the little desk. It looks like you have managed to get inside the computer. And you can now see the security cameras of the clinic, rather.
Okay.
And it doesn't show inside any of the rooms. However, you do see, kind of like the hallways. You see the one that's over the parking lot in general. Stuff like that.
Okay.
And so it looks like there is one that covers the front entrance, but it doesn't catch all of the parking lot. It just catches part of it.
Okay.
Because like I said, it's a rather large parking lot, so it doesn't go all the way to the gate, but it does sort of extend past in front of the building. So you kind of sees as if on somebody on the approach to the door. That is rather.
Okay, so I can see like our van is parked there in the.
Yes, you can see the van just off in the very edge of it.
Okay. When I look into the security cameras, do I see anybody moving around?
Yes, you do. You do. It looks like there is a night nurse, and you also see in the kitchen. It looks like there is an orderly and perhaps probably also cook is cleaning for the dinner service. Cleaning up things like that. Doing the dishes. In addition, you don't spot Dr. Ferguson on any of the rooms that have cameras in them. However, his car was here.
Okay, and it's currently not here.
What was that?
Ferguson's car is currently not.
No, it is here. His car is currently here still. Yes.
Okay. So I'll get on the comm and I'll relay the information about the staff and who's where, so that folks know that.
Yeah, it looks like you see two people, but you know that there are at least three, given the doctor himself.
Okay. Since I'm in the computer, can I get a list of the patients who are here and what rooms they're in, just to confirm?
Yes. It is just London Sinclair.
Okay.
It seems that she has paid extra to have the facility all to herself.
Okay.
And I guess I will note, like I said, it seems that patients' rooms are not here. Ferguson's office is not here. And do you happen to have? You don't have architecture, do you?
No.
Why don't you give me an intelligence -20 roll as you're looking at this and comparing it to the map you have, sort of the floor plan you got from the state.
Gee whiz. 92. That ain't doing any good.
Yeah, you're
nice.
you're not quite sure where, but you feel like there are a couple rooms on the floor plan that don't seem to be on the cameras. But you might have to be like it might take some of the team physically searching to find like which of those rooms are and establishing like which ones on the map are not on the cameras.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let them know that information as well. Can I also get a sense of the security alarm for the facility? Is it turned on at this time?
Yes, it has they have alarms on the windows, and they have a sort of a keypad on the entrances and exits. So the employees type something in, and that allows them to get in and out of the doors. However, if you were willing to spend some time, you could probably, with your skills, disable it so that the system doesn't send out an alarm signal. However, after a certain point, you feel like if anyone from the security company actually checks to see if they're getting like signals, they might notice that it's sort of like a spoofed, just like things are still okay, but it's like, wait, that's the same message we got 3 hours ago.
Yep. Got it.
So it's just a matter of the chance of if it just goes on noticed in the middle of the night, or if any of the people that work for this security company that they contract is going to actually take a look at if a real person looks at it is what you're worried about, but you don't know if that's necessarily going to happen.
Parsnip.
Okay. Yes.
Can you change the codes?
Yeah, is that something I could possibly do? Change the PIN codes?
Change them all to 1, 2, 3, 4.
That would take, you would have to log into the admin for the security system, which looks like you need to be in the building proper. There seems like this is connected to the nurses station, which has like a little security station inside. It seems like that's the one that is registered as sort of the admin user.
Okay. Now, if I moved inside, would I be able to get access to like the security footage as well?
Yes. Okay. In fact, you can access some of the recent footage, but it's just the data, like the logs, are actually inside, because they're on the servers in there, and it's sort of like they don't have all of that uploaded to the cloud. It's on that server. It's just the recent, like the last last 24 hours or 48 hours rather, you can see on the computer itself just by spooling back.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to get on the comm and I'm going to say I'm going to have more access from the nurses station than I've got out here. So I would be able to get probably medical records, wipe the security footage, that kind of stuff from inside. So I'm going to, if it's okay with you guys, I'm going to go ahead and leave the booth and head that direction.
All right. We got to get inside the building.
Should we arm up? And I enter the van again.
Always. Yeah.
Most definitely.
Like assault rifles.
We know which room is hers, right?
Right. The one in the front on the top. That's what Pawn.
Are we going straight for it?
I think so. That's where Agent Paragon put up the ladder.
Yep.
Make sure you get on your bio suits and everything too.
Absolutely.
Let's suit up.
Yep.
Parsnip, as you have you left the room yet? The gate station rather? Station at the gate?
Well, I would kind of probably log off.
Wait for us. Yeah.
Yeah, as you're about to log off, you do notice that the two employees do seem to be heading towards the front door.
Oh shit. Guys, find a hiding spot. We got some employees heading your direction. They're heading out the front door.
You want to just subdue them? You want either side of the door and just knock them out?
Or just let them leave.
Would it be safe to say that we've moved the officer's car from the time that we had that first scare?
You could give me a drive roll to see how quickly you did do that.
Sure. What's the odds this goes bad? 90. Nope.
Yeah, so you are still pulling the car away as they are walking towards the front door. So they'll likely see you leaving. So is anyone going to and if no one stops them, it looks like there's a woman in a nurse's uniform and a man in like an orderly's uniform, and they both seem to be walking out the front door. And they come out. They're going to start walking towards the van, and the woman kind of is like, she kind of looks over to the ladder that's still up there, and she's like, "Hello."
I'll call out. Yep.
So, what is it that you're doing here? Something about maintenance, but Officer Bergolo let you in and then got picked up to go drinking or something. I wasn't. I'm the head nurse here. I wasn't aware of any maintenance there, especially not at night.
Oh, well, we are doing maintenance. It's a leak, so that's going to have to be addressed. Ask Dr. Ferguson. He called us over.
And she's like, "Oh, and wait, did Officer Bergolo come back?" She kind of motions the car kind of drives off, or like kind of leaves the parking lot rather.
I'm not in charge of your people. I'm just here to fix this leak.
She looks very confused and kind of gives you a suspicious look. Wait, there's a leak? What? I haven't heard anything from Dr. Ferguson.
Well, he didn't think you should know. I don't get paid enough for this.
Who paid you to come here? What leak?
All right. At this point, I'm. I think I'm just gonna have to shoot them.
Oh, okay.
Just hold them at gunpoint. Say.
Yeah, I'll hold them at gunpoint.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. What are you gonna do?
All right. I'm gonna say, if you so much as make a sound, I will put a bullet in all of you.
Whoa. Okay, hold on. We don't want any trouble.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
She kind of like looks nervously at the.
Don't waste my time.
And they kind of look at each other, and then they kind of with their hands up, they do follow your commands. They get on the ground.
Okay. I'm gonna call someone else to help gag them. Yeah. Gag them. Time up.
At this point, let's just go in.
All right. You have. So you're just going to gag them and tie them up, with the sort of, the bindings, duct tape and the, different bindings you brought, probably zip ties and duct tape.
And at this point, I'm just going to get the bigger guns out now.
Yeah,
and are you going to?
This is an assault.
Are you going to put them in the van? With they're kind of.
Should we put them in the van?
Just
don't put them together. Don't put them together. I just separate them. I don't know.
You said, how are you binding them? Are you like hog tying them? Or are you just binding their arms and legs?
I'm going to zip tie them to, let's say, a car, a wheel rim.
Okay, so they're outside.
On separate ones, yeah.
Okay. You're just zip tying them to the car rims, or?
Yeah, we might as well. I don't see any other option.
Okay.
Shut up.
They've got gags on, and we're gonna be in and out.
And then what are you doing with their other arm? Are you're gonna put them both like this to the wheel well, or?
Yeah, they're gonna be behind their back, so it's extremely hard to escape.
All right, yeah, they look rather scared. This older woman and the seemingly younger man. He seems looks Latino, and they're both very, very frightened. They look very frightened, but they are complying for now.
And I'm going to confiscate their stuff, any key cards, IDs, phones, anything we can use, tap a key card to enter a room or something.
It doesn't look like they have key cards. It looks like it uses a code system.
Yeah, and I'm going to take the car keys as well.
Okay. You have looks like you have 2 sets of car keys. You have 2, smartphones.
Yeah, and I'm gonna head back into the van to finish
chapstick.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going back to the van.
Yep, and I'm gonna hand some keys out just in case.
Okay. And so Parsnip, are you gonna meet up with them in the van then, or what was the plan? Because I know you had moving from the gate station to join them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down and join the crew. Yeah.
All right, yeah. So you've met back up at the van. You've got it parked sort of right close to right in front of the entrance, easy access there, and you've got the 2 people sort of bound to the 2 different wheel wells. hoping that the way you've gotten positioned is on the inside, so people on the road won't see them just by driving down the road.
Aren't we miles away from anywhere? So nobody's going to drive.
Yeah, this is a private access road as well.
Unless you're very far from civilization.
We should just keep a lookout just in case one of those nurses comes back. That last nurse.
Let's just go up the.
We need to
move
go.
fast.
Yeah, this is already starting to go pear-shaped. We need to move.
Yeah, I'm gonna equip like the submachine gun I have, the assault rifle I have as well. They're all strapped,
fully equipped, fully PPE'd up. Yeah,
and I'm gonna hand Agent Parsnip a ballistic shield. You watch Captain America. That was your chance.
Yeah. All right.
Right.
So you've got the battery revolver.
Who has the knife?
That's right.
Who has the ceremonial knife from the family?
One of you.
It was either you or me, I think.
Right.
Just
feel like it was.
That's unarmed combat, right?
Matilda before it's Parsnip, since he's on the computer.
All right. Well, I have it then.
Yeah. Okay. So Patch has James's knife.
Yeah.
And Paragon, you said you have the rifle and the submachine gun?
Yes.
Okay. And then who is wearing body armor? Is anyone wearing body armor?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all got body armor.
We're all,
but also
everyone. Okay.
Hazmat suits.
Right.
Right. Yes, you've got PPEs, masks, things like that, gloves, equipment there. So you're wearing that on top of the basic, vest, and then Parsnip has the ballistic shield as well.
Right. And then I've got
and you've got your knife.
my
Yes.
knife.
Say, I have tactical body armor that I could wear if we want.
now's the time.
Now's the time. All
Don't
right.
be like that guy you told me about.
Yep.
I've also still got my flashbangs, so.
Mm-hmm. And are you wearing a helmet as well, Pawn? Because that matters.
I don't think that will work with the full suit. Yeah, I consider I don't think so. He will bring his carbine and the baseball bat as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got the brass knuckles.
So it is worth noting that so you are Pawn is fully kitted up, so it'll be a little harder for you to get around and do precise things. But if you need to squeeze in somewhere, but the others can help you with that stuff. All right. So I've made note of that. All right. So how do you want to make your entrance?
Up the ladder onto the balcony.
Yeah.
Into her room.
Do we want someone to keep lookout for if just in case a nurse comes back? Also, we have to worry about Jess Bell. He might be lurking around.
We have to do that on the fly.
All right.
Yeah, some of this can't be planned for.
And
I
on
think
a
we need
swivel
all
then.
hands on deck to deal with her.
Yep.
Do we want? So we're breaching her room. Do we then want to make a beeline to the nurse station? Because I think Parsnip was saying that was the heart of it, right?
Yeah, we'll escort him there.
Okay.
Well, if we breach her room and she's there,
Yeah.
we take her
Then
and go.
we light her up no matter how loud it is.
Yeah, that's definitely going to draw attention. But
Yeah, Parsnip, do you want to take point with the ballistic shield? I'll mount up on your shoulder with the submachine gun.
Yeah, we can do it that way.
Okay.
Yep, I'll go to a different window.
Sure. In fact, you can give me an alertness then, Pawn, as you're up against the other window.
Oh yeah. All right. Come on, dice. 59 under 72.
So everything seems quiet. None of you see any movement as you're, getting in position around the windows or the sort of entry, the kind of big doors that enter into the rooms from the balconies. You do see that the one next to hers, you actually hear faint snoring, and you think that is where Jess Bell is. He's in the room next to the room that she's in.
If we can go in quiet, Jess is asleep. I would love to take him out.
deal with him
Use the
first.
ceremonial knife.
All right, I got the knife. I'm
Yeah.
going in with Pawn. Then, if the others are going in on her, or are we all going in on Pawn? I mean, are we all going in on Jess?
Right.
I kind of feel like we should probably focus on
Somebody
the
needs
biggest
to.
threat.
I'll keep an eye on the other room because if she hears something, gets up and runs.
All right, good.
Sounds good.
I need to tell you guys.
So we're all going in for Jess.
Yeah, except for Prada, who's watching out for
London.
Yep.
All right. However, there is the issue of the alarm. So, do you want to breach knowing that there is the alarm?
At some
You
point,
think
the
they would
alarm's
put
going
an
to go off
alarm on
anyway.
the second floor of the balcony?
A place like
What if
this
they-
would.
What if they got up and walked out onto their balcony in the middle of the night? Wouldn't that set off the alarm?
They'd have to ask a nurse, the night nurse, to let them out.
Fuck.
At some point, the alarm's going to go off anyway.
Yeah.
Do we want to go in now to the nurse's station, take more captives, disable the security, or do we want to act now while we have an element of surprise?
There should be no one at the nurses' station anymore because we
There's
took out
one
all three
nurse.
nurses.
That is correct, but the alarm will ping the authorities.
Yeah.
What authorities, though? The guy's lying in
Sure.
a ditch.
And what's the response time like for a remote location like this?
Give me what is your in this moment, give me a criminology roll since you're in the heat of things.
Yeah, sure. Perfect. 38 out of 71.
Because first they're going to think that it's just somebody accidentally opened a window.
Usually with
it's
alarm
going to-
companies, they call and they ask you to confirm what's going on.
Right.
And there's like a code to give them if, like, yes, everything is all right, but really someone's got a gun to my head.
It looks like in an area like this, you would estimate this would take like at least 30 minutes for them to get back up.
I let them know. Hey, 30 minutes. That's all the time we've got before security comes.
We
If
could
it
do
takes
this
us longer
3
than
times.
30 minutes, we're probably fucked anyway.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
And then March Technologies is on our ass.
All right. Remember, Jess is probably resistant to gunfire, so be ready to get dirty with this.
I'm going to try to sneak in the window and just
Yeah. The knife
for
he should be
Great.
susceptible to that.
Okay. Don't fuck this up.
All right. You can go ahead and give me those who are sneaking up can give me a stealth with a plus 20.
Up. Yep,
And while-
I did it. Regular
66. Pass. Crit. Yeah.
Okay. You're able to get in. So what is the plan? Is it the two of you sneaking up or?
Got the knife. We're just going straight for the jugular.
Yeah. And if that doesn't work, I've got the brass knuckles ready.
All right. You get right up to him. And as you go to knife him, you see him jump up and try to grab at you as he also got a crit on his
sure.
roll somehow. So you can go ahead and give me a melee weapons roll.
That's unarmed combat, correct? Oh, no, melee weapons. That's
Melee
correct.
weapons, yes, for the knife.
Yep. That is a fail. Nope. Just regular fail.
Yes, and so he grabs and he's trying to wrestle the knife from you. And it looks like he is going to be able to do that if he is not stopped.
All right. Can I punch his forearm to break it with the brass knuckles? I know his bones are brittle.
Ooh, you can
It's a
surely
cold shot.
attempt so. So go ahead and roll. I've already rolled for him, so you just need to beat what he got.
Okay. This is unarmed combat, so 55 out of 60.
Yes, definitely.
Holy shit.
You can actually go ahead and you can roll. Your damage. What's your strength? Do you have a high enough strength to get a modifier?
No, it's
Okay.
just the standard.
So you can go ahead and roll a d4 -1 for the punch.
Okay. Do the brass knuckles do anything?
Sorry, actually, you're going to roll that twice. So roll 2d4 and then -1 from each of them. And then that is you're also going to stop him from getting the knife away. So how much damage did you do?
4 total.
Okay. I'm making a note here. All right. Yeah. So you hear a crack. You're not sure if you've fully broken it, but you definitely done some damage. And so as he's trying to wrestle this knife out of Patch's hands, you kind of smack, or rather punch very hard. And it makes, like I said, a loud smack and a little crack. And he kind of reels back, he's like, a motherfucker. And it looks like that has rather pissed him off and done some significant damage because, as you said, it was a blunt attack. All right. So what is everybody's dexterity as we go into a proper combat round?
85.
75. Stick 'em.
55.
All right. So it is. Will be Patch again first.
Yeah, I'm going in for the stab.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead and give me a melee weapons roll.
Yes. It's regular success, but my melee is like base, so I knew it was unlikely.
All right. And so go ahead and give me, I believe, so this is a hefty knife. So go ahead and give me a D6 or roll a D6
Also,
rather for damage.
Magical knife.
Yes. Well, that'll have another thing. You said 6? Mm-hmm. Wonderful. So then he's going to have to do. Of course he does. All right. So it looks like, you stab him, and this thing, it cuts into him, and it is eerie how well that it does. And so you do see that this thing cuts into him and does some significant damage. He is not looking so good. And he's still fighting though, as he sort of unnaturally. And so Paragon, is now your turn.
I'm going for the haymaker.
All right, go for it.
Yep. 47 regular success.
Yep, he already rolled his one defense, and you beat it. So go ahead and roll damage for unarmed again.
2d4 again.
This will just be 1d4 minus 1 this time.
Okay. Yep, that's 1 damage.
All right, yeah. You kind of bust his face, and he is not looking so good. And that was him. So is anybody else going to be moving to join them, or are you going to let them take care of this? All right.
Pawn's coming up with the bat.
Yeah. While that noise is going on, I'm actually going to check and see if her back door is unlocked. That I could just walk in.
It is not unlocked, unfortunately. But you could there's no worry about the alarm now because it's already been tripped.
Okay. So I'll just kick it in then and go.
Yeah. So as they are involved in that, you do notice that it seems that London is not in the room.
Fuck.
All right. So Pawn, you are moving in to join the little brawl there. Jess Bell is somehow still fighting on. He's got this knife wound. His face is messed up. His arm is he's somehow fighting on with his arm that is you can tell that there's like bits of bone sort of like that are has shattered and that are kind of not where they should be.
Yeah, and he saw Paragon go for the haymaker, and he's just doing a straight down, trying to get him in the noggin
With the bat?
with the bat.
All right. Yeah, go ahead. Give it a roll.
All right. 3 under yes.
Wow. Yeah.
60.
Then the unfortunate part is that in Delta Green, you do get to defend against multiple attacks, but you get the one roll. And so if that roll is the fail, then go ahead and give me the damage. I believe that would be D8 for we'll call.
Yes,
we'll
a
say
D8 is a base.
say it does it. Yeah, we'll say it does a D8 to him for sure, or probably does more. Yeah.
5.
All right. And with that, you hear you said you're going over, right?
Yep.
Yes,
Overhead.
you bring it down. And you hear the distinct crack of his skull splitting as you drive this baseball bat down and bust his skull open. You're going to have to do the others are going to have to do a sanity roll for being involved. So anybody that's not adapted to violence already, like the two of you are,
I think I am as well.
Yeah, we all are.
so I think it's just Parsnip, unfortunately, that is going to have to roll for this. And luckily, Prada's in the other room.
I passed that with a 16.
All right. I do believe, because this was technically a violent combatant, let me just double check here that you are good. Yes. Yes, you are good. So you take 0 on a pass. Wonderful. And so you have dispatched Jess Bell. His mangled body lays in front of you. This an eerie reminder of the what these hybrids are capable of. All right.
I bang on the wall and say, "She's not here."
Fuck.
You two
move.
go ahead. I'm going to spend a moment making sure he doesn't get back up.
Do we still need to go to the
Knife.
nurse's station?
Well, no shit. We need the knife for her.
Alarm's
Yeah,
going.
keep the knife. Yeah, keep the knife. This bat's doing just fine.
All right, I take out my.
Is there like an internal alarm going, or is it a silent?
There
alarm?
is not. It's a silent alarm.
Okay.
Okay.
It's probably
Probably
didn't want to upset the patients.
Right.
Can
right,
we
right.
get out of the room?
What's that?
In
Can you
other
get out
words,
of the room?
Yeah, is the door locked that
No.
we can't get out?
No, the doors are open.
Okay, so I step out into the hallway, but I can't open their door. They can open it from the inside, right? Because the code.
It seems that the patient doors do not have codes on them. It
Oh,
seems.
okay. So I'll open up their door and I'll be like, "She's not here. She must be somewhere else in the building."
Let's go. We gotta keep moving. It's been, just a couple
Is there a
minutes. We gotta go.
kitchen?
Yeah,
There is.
there is somewhere.
Maybe
Yeah.
she's in the kitchen having a snack.
Yeah, well, knives are also in the kitchen, and that's a way for her to cut herself.
Well, we got to find her. We can't worry. We got to kill her or we got to
Yeah.
stop her. If she's not here, we are fucked.
And all right, I'll be behind the ballistic shield. I believe Parsnip's got that.
Okay, so you're on the second floor now. As you enter, like I said, it looks like a rather nice place. It kind of matches the pictures you saw. So where are you going to head first from here?
The nurse said there was
Nurse's
nobody
station.
upstairs other than her. So downstairs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think going to the nurse's station actually might give us some information, perhaps.
All right, we'll make our way there.
You're easily able to make it down to the first floor. You find the nurse's station and the little attached security station there. Looking over, you're able to person's able to get back into the computer system. It looks like she isn't in any room that is on the cameras, and neither is Dr. Ferguson. But you are pretty sure he's here, given that his car is here, and he seems to spend a lot of his time here.
Ew.
There's
could they
obviously
be like, that's just gross.
there's got to be some secret rooms somewhere in this facility. How could we find them?
Why don't we just try everything as we go
Well,
along?
We have less than 30 minutes.
Did we know where his room was? Like the doctor's room.
Yes. It seems that he has a office and attached, almost like a little mini apartment.
It's probably where we should start.
All right.
Actually, I'm going to take a picture of the screens that the cameras are all looking at. And I want to find the blind spot now that I have the
Blind.
picture,
Yeah.
because the
Okay.
entrance might be in the blind spot.
Sure. So, Patches, as you kind of check in, you kind of find his office, and you kind of peer in through the door, like the window on the door, and it doesn't look like it doesn't look like they're in there either.
Yeah, but I was hoping that if the information about where these hidden rooms are might be in his office.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to get in there. Yeah.
A person is able to let you in from the station. So Paragon, why don't you give me a search as you are trying to sort of figure out where they're, like what rooms can you see physically that aren't on the
98.
cameras? All right. Yeah, you're still struggling to find where exactly these hidden rooms are, because nobody has architecture, right? By chance.
Well, I don't have it on my thing, but I probably would know something about
You could, you could do a similar roll to what Parsnip did by using a different art or intelligence, and then just doing -20.
How about intelligence? -20? Okay.
Mhm.
I got 20 out of 70. So 70 minus 20, I still passed.
Awesome. One second.
There, right there. See? It says London right there. Here she is.
It looks like you have found that there is there is the garage, where they, seems like there's a garage where some of the people store their vehicles, and it's used they bring, they store
Right.
stuff in there and bring when the deliveries come in. And it looks like the stairway in from the garage to the rest of the facility, there's actually a hidden door behind the staircase if you sort of go back and under it. And you see that there is a hidden door which leads into some sort of basement.
Basement right there.
We're all going in. No one's gonna keep watch just in case cleanup
This
crew.
might be an all hands on deck situation, to be honest.
Hopefully we hear the cleanup crew when they shoot the people tied to the cars outside.
All
You've
you'll
got-
be able to do is say, cleanup crew's here. We're stuck. We're going to be in the basement. So
We're gonna have to fight our way out.
Possibly.
Person needs to get back and report to ACEL, but we may not all make it out if we don't all go down in there to take care of this.
yeah, let's go.
All right.
That she gets killed.
And just as a quick question, John,
Yeah.
how quickly would it take me to wipe the security footage? Could I do that quickly, or would that take time?
That would take a little bit of time, and how much would depend on a roll.
Got it.
Parsnip, if you want to do that,
Stay behind.
I'll stay behind with you and cover your back.
We
Yeah, I
need
just
the gun
wanted-
guy with us.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
guns.
Yeah, Paragon's
Yeah, I've
good.
got the knife. He's got the guns. You can kind of shoot Prada.
I mean,
yeah.
is it
I don't know.
this important, or should we all just?
Probably not if there's going to be a cleanup crew anyway.
So nobody's going to be able to identify us. So
Well, yeah, this is if we survive this, we wouldn't want to get killed when we're on vacation somewhere out of country.
And that's the question. Do you want whoever cleans this up to have the footage of you doing
Yeah, wipe
these
it,
things?
wipe it.
Yeah, wipe
No.
it out. Take
Yeah,
the time.
Pawn.
Yep.
Pawn. If you'll stay with me, we'll take care of it.
All right.
Yep.
On Parsnip, I'll see you.
Keep an
Good
eye
luck.
out for March.
Um,
Guys, stay frosty.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead and make a D100 roll, and we're going to compare it against two things because of the way this system is set up. Partially.
Okay.
in the future, you need like a little flash drive that you stick in, and it sends a worm out that erases everything that we don't want to be there.
Yeah.
Is that something he would have?
No,
That
I
is
just made it
basically
up, so.
he's using something like that to wipe this. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what person. Do you have any extra theme for how you would do this?
Well, I mean, I would certainly probably have like it was mentioned, have something on the go, just ready to stick in the drive and let it do its business. So hopefully I would have something like that.
Yeah, you can sort of stick in a drive that sort of has a virus and a program that runs through, deletes the
Video.
the footage, and deletes all copies. Runs through scanning for any hidden ones. And as you're doing this, you said what did you get on the roll again? Sorry, it was a pass, right?
No,
Or-
it wasn't. It was
sorry.
75.
You got a 75, right? So, but you did not fumble. So it is going to take you some time to do this. Rather, it's going to take some time for the virus to work, and you sort of need to oversee it to make sure that it does. And in fact, part of the reason that you're realizing this is going to take some time is that there seems to be a setup system where the footage is taken, stored, and then it is also sent to a second, like a cloud system. That you think is perhaps maybe Ferguson set it up, or there's some sort of second system. So you're having to also have to hack into that to delete those copies. And so you are diligently working away. Pawn is keeping you guard, and then looks like it sounds like the other three are going to enter this strange hidden basement. All right. So what's the marching order rather? And are you just going to burst right in, or are you going to try to sort of sneak in?
I'll take point.
Okay.
We should try for stealth.
Try for stealth. Yeah. If it
I'll
doesn't
take
work,
the
it doesn't
rear.
work, but always try for it.
All right.
All right.
I've got my gun raised and ready. Would this be a stealth roll?
Yeah. You can go ahead and lead the group in a stealth roll here, Paragon.
Nope, that'd be a failure on my part. So
I
not
failed.
a crit, but a fail.
And then Prada, as long as you don't, well, he failed too, but as long as you don't crit fail, it won't be any worse. So
I didn't crit fail.
okay, all right. As you are entering, you seem to get the idea that this is maybe some sort of dark, hidden surgery theater or something. You make your way down a hallway. And you see some very odd things in the hallway. One of the things you notice that's sort of sitting on a crate as you're approaching this, like I said, kind of like a surgery theater with these curtains. You see that there is something on this crate that kind of catches your eye. I will share that real quick. I don't know. Perhaps you will recognize this.
Oh my God, I know what that is.
Yes, it is would you like to tell them?
That's an iron peach. Basically, the thing on top screws like a screw, and that flower at the bottom closes, and then you can shove it in somebody's butt, or you can shove it in their whatever, or their mouth, and then you turn the thing and it slowly expands and rips them very slowly open. It's
called the French pear of anguish. Yes, and
yeah,
historians argue what exactly it was used for and if people actually did that to each other, because that was the best theory for a while. So you see this, and like I said, you're approaching what seems like some sort of a dark surgery theater, and as you're approaching, you actually hear a laugh, and you hear a man's voice, and he says, "Come, you can witness the beauty." And as you enter, you see. What it looks like Dr. Ferguson, and London is on this surgery table, and he cuts her head off. But strangely, you see, of course, well, not strangely, you see that this does not kill her, and she has a very angry look as she grabs the bone saw, and she seems to be moving to cut him. And this is when we will go into initiative. Or rather, dexterity to determine who goes when. So let me double check here. I believe Patch is still going first.
I'm 60.
Oh boy, yeah, I'm 85.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna try to bury this ceremonial knife into her skull. Try to do something to prevent whatever this is.
All right. So you can go ahead and give me a melee weapons. And she is not going to like that now that she has this bone saw.
Sure. Oh no, that's failure. Just regular failure.
That's fine because she also failed. She kind of like looks, she moves like she's gonna, get Ferguson back for what he's done to her. Her head is kind of, like I said, her head is disconnected from her body, and so that's probably why she fails. Is that her body is turning with the bone saw to slice at you, but her eyes have a way worse vision of you than they did of Ferguson, given her head is kind of rolled off a little bit, and so she misses there. All right, and I believe next in the order we had I think it's Paragon, right? What was you had a 65? 75. Yeah, and then we go to our 65s, and then that's a reads here. And then we go to last. So yeah, go ahead. What are you going to do, Paragon?
I should kill the doctor.
Yes, and actually, sorry, you should also all make sanity rolls now as well. Because while you expected it a little bit, it's still something to see it.
I got an 05.
33.
All right, so I believe
I got a crit.
Yeah, I failed.
Right there.
Is this against violence?
Here we go.
Oh,
this is against the natural.
It's definitely
so
unnatural.
Since you were prepared for it, this is going to be a D4.
And if you passed,
if you passed, it is a 1.
Just one.
If you crit passed.
If you crit pass, you could take 0. I like to do that house roll because you did crit. So take 1 on a success, 0 on a crit, and D4. How much did you take? 1. Okay, cool. Noted. And so you see this as she continues to fight. Her head disconnected from her body. Almost like in the tomes that you've read about. All right. So so what were you going to do, Paragon?
Put a 3-round burst center mass in the doctor.
All right. Yeah, he looks rather. He is like horrified. Like you're getting the idea that this is a rather depraved and disgusting man, and he is somehow in awe at what has just happened. And so yeah, you can go ahead and roll to shoot him.
That was a pass.
Catch a little bit. You might catch London in there a little bit, but yeah, just a regular pass.
Yep.
All right. So go ahead and do a lethality roll. Everyone's favorite part of Delta Green.
I'd rolled a 30, so that's gonna be 13 damage.
Yeah, only 13 damage. Yeah. Yeah. You turn this man into Swiss cheese. And let's see here. You're deaf to defense, correct?
Yes, I automatically pass whatever.
Yep. Yeah, and so you feel no remorse for for putting this disgusting depraved sadist into the ground. All right. So he is Swiss cheese now on the floor. The blood oozing through his like little doctor's scrubs. His big out of his big belly. And looks like London, however, is rather not amused that you all have are now also attacking her. And so Prada.
I'm grabbing her head.
You
I'm taking her hair.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you have. So she actually would go before you, but she already used her move. Yeah. So you're going to grab her hair. What is the?
I'm going to grab her hair and pick her up and walk out with it.
The head?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just keeping it from reattaching to the body.
All right. So you're gonna take it like sort of past the curtain so that she can't see.
Is it bleeding profusely or is it not bleeding profusely?
It is. Okay. And you're wearing PPE, but make sure that
I'm holding it out.
Yeah, you do not want any fluid contact. So it's like it's rather like like in Tropic Thunder and one of the like a movie you're holding the head out and it's dripping this blood. It's almost like a little caustic. And she starts to she's like hey, no, what are you doing? Pull me down. And she is rather not happy with this. And it looks like she's going to probably turn to try to follow after you.
Okay.
All right.
I'm walking past the others, so
yeah. So you're going past like try beyond the.
I'm sorry, Miss London, but we have to rescue you from this place.
All right,
these crazy people.
We take it back to Patch.
If that's the vibe we're trying to go for, I think I'm going to, for now, try to subdue her body and just be like, look, we're just trying to get you out of here. We're just trying to get you out of here, damn it. Well, we can do the knife thing later.
All right, yeah, and you do kind of hear from the other room. She's like, you just tried to stab me.
I was going for the doctor, my bad, eh?
All right, why don't you give me a persuasion -20 to try to calm her down here before her body tries to blind fight you again.
No.
Destroy the body. We're gonna kill her anyway. I'm just telling her what. I'm tired of hearing her. Bitch
yeah, no, that's a failure. Not a crit, but a failure.
All right, and so she is going to. She's going to try to barrel past you to get to where Prada is at, but she's doing so blind fighting. So that'll be a significant penalty. It looks like so she is success. Okay, so she is successful. So she's bursting. She's sort of like kind of like barreling through past Patch, the bone saw already trying to chase after Prada. And so looks like she's going to try to continue to make her way towards him unless she is stopped. And it is it's Paragon.
So as the headless body barrels past me, I'm going to spray into her legs to cripple her movement.
The only issue is that you have people in the line of fire now. Yeah. Because she is too close to Patch and Prada because she has just passed Patch and she is heading towards Prada. So if you were going to spray, then you're very.
This
very
is going to be a controlled shot then.
Okay, yeah. So you're going to make a single shot. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
Hell yeah. 54 out of good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can go ahead and roll. Was this with the rifle or the SMG?
SMG
still, right? So that'll be a
D10.
Yeah, D10. Yeah, because it is a pistol round.
8.
All right. So she is ouch. Okay, so you shoot her, and it kind of goes through her body, and she's like, "Oh fuck! Come on! What the fuck?" And she's like, "Oh, I got through enough shit tonight," and she's continuing on. All right, and so then it is Prada before because she looks like she's coming for you.
A couple things. I want to make sure that her head's disoriented, so I'm not letting her just hang there and look and see what's going on.
I'm assuming you have her pointed the other direction, so she's kind of fighting blind.
So if her body is coming straight towards me down the hall, I'm just going to hold my knife straight out in front so that it runs right into her chest.
Yeah, it's a very crazy sight because there's this headless woman bleeding out of the stump of her neck with this bone saw in her hand, and she's kind of using the wall to propel herself forward because she knows that she barreled past Patch and you were behind, so she's stumbling towards you. And so what is it you're going to try to do?
I'm going to try to calmly, as she's coming forward, just let her run right onto my knife and plunge it in.
All right. Interesting. I guess that would be, might be a melee weapons, I guess, still, to see if she. Well, I guess rather.
I mean, you could say maybe I trip over something.
Actually, no. I think go ahead and roll me the damage. As you're going to get a dedicated hit, but that might not take her down in one blow.
Okay. Does it give?
And it looks like she doesn't care. Rather, if you hurt her, she's trying to hurt you and get her head back.
She doesn't know what I've got.
She does not.
I don't actually know what the damage is on that knife.
That would be we'll call. It was a big knife, right? That you got.
Yeah.
Given it's a big a big blessed knife, we'll call it a D6.
Okay.
A blessed blade.
5.
You get this. There's this odd feeling of. It is an eerie feeling, but it's a feeling of power. Like you feel like this knife, there is something that is granting you a little bit of power. It's just the things you've done to get it. And so this dark force is assisting you, and you plunge it. It does some good damage. And so she is going to have to roll thing here. She's good. She is not stunned from the amount of damage that she has taken, but you have done some significant damage to her. And she is going to try and bone saw you. So now you need to make a melee weapons roll to not. Or would you rather? Are you going to parry, or you're probably going to parry since you've got the knife handy? Or would you rather try to dodge?
Half stuck in her though. So
right. So you have to pull it out to parry, or you can let go.
I'll try and dodge.
Okay, so go ahead and do a dodge versus her melee here. And she does succeed with a 26, so you're trying to beat a 26.
I got a 35.
Oh, no, that's good because you want the higher number in an opposed test. Actually, so you win. Okay. Yeah, because if it was the other way around, it would penalize you for having a higher skill. So I see. It's when you're doing an opposed test with somebody, if you both succeed, it's actually who beat each other outside of crits as far as the number. So she does try to bone saw you, and you you jump back. The knife's still in her. All right. And see, she has taken some very significant damage. And she kind of screams. She's like, "Give me my head back! God damn it! How dare you? Don't you know who I am?" And Patch, is your turn.
Can I also yell? Pawn. Hopefully he can hear us, but I don't know if he can.
Do an alertness -40, unfortunately, Pawn, as this is a murder surgery hall place here, so that the sound doesn't really exit out of this cement walls. No, so unfortunately
I hear nothing. But I'm wondering, I wonder if our ear things work at all still.
Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah.
In which case we deafened you.
Yeah.
Yeah, do our comm badges work?
What? Yeah, your comms still work. Yeah.
All right.
So it's luckily not thick enough that they don't work.
Pawn, get down here.
Parsnip, we good?
Yeah, where are we at with all
Bring the
this stuff
duffel
I'm
bag.
trying to do.
It is. You're still kind of finishing up, but you are, you're wiping. Excuse me. You're wiping everything successfully.
Okay.
Do you need the duffel bag or do you need a baseball bat?
Bring the duffel bag. I've got her head.
Oh, yep.
All right, so you can join at the end of the round then, as they are kind of also making their way towards the exit. All right, so Patch, you're at the top.
And I catch up to her body and stab at her. It's the same.
Is she naked?
Yes. You get the idea that she was brought into, or she's wearing she's got the smock around her lower half, but that's about it, and it's kind of half falling off. But it seems like she was not wearing much. It seems that she had been lured or drugged and then brought down here, and it was. Seems that you caught Dr. Ferguson in some depraved act. Maybe he was killing her for some reason. Perhaps it had to do with the connection you found earlier. But yeah, so she is stumbling, and you are able to get up to her, Patch.
All right, I'll take another stab at her.
All right.
Come on.
She's going to make her swing wildly here at Prada, but she has a penalty. Yeah, that's not.
Oh yes, yay! 24 out of 30. Yes.
All right, yeah. Go ahead and roll damage for the knife.
3.
All right, yeah, she is really not looking so good as you carve a chunk out of her with the knife, and she is kind of frantically swinging the bone saw in all directions, as she and kind of flailing her arms. It's quite the crazy sight. This headless woman, half naked woman flailing around. All right, I believe Paragon is next.
I'm guessing I don't have a clear shot, so I'm going to use this time to aim.
Okay, yeah, you have aimed. All right, then we go to, I believe it is, do you both have 60, Pawn and Prada? Or I guess it would be Prada and then Pawn comes in at the end.
You mean our...
Yeah, it's you go first, Prada.
Our
Your
dex
dexterity
is 60?
Yeah, well, he's coming into the combat, so you'll go before him.
All right. So what I'm going to try to do, since my knife is still partly stuck in, I'm going to shove, but I'm going to shove with the intent of pushing her off balance, and then I'm going to go in the other direction with her head.
Okay.
So that I can get her, because she can hit me with that bone saw.
She could.
So I'm trying to get her away from me and get away from her. But
so go ahead. You go ahead and do it unarmed.
What am I doing unarmed?
Yeah, unarmed is because you're trying to shove her away. Right. Yeah.
Unarmed. I got 56 out of 40, so I fail. Okay. So my knife is stuck in her.
So your knife is still stuck in her, and you try to push her away a little unsuccessfully, but she also is just flailing. She is unsuccessful at attacking you back, and so Bon, you get to make a wonderful sanity roll as you approach the scene here and find you got Patch on one end, having just carved a bit out of her, Prada on the other, trying to rip his knife out and keep her head away to try to give her this disadvantage, and this flailing, half-naked psycho woman, flailing a bone saw around.
That is a failure, 78 over 39.
Okay. Yeah, so it'll be a D4 since you were a little prepared for this going into this, but it is quite.
Pull yourself together.
One, yeah.
All right, so you take 1 damage from that.
And he's seeing this what with knives right next to it. He doesn't have a clean shot. He's just gonna open the duffel bag and scoop it around the head. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Now she's blind.
Doublehead is scooped. Yeah, she is definitely blind now. She was already not in a very good position. So this will be very bad for her. All right. And so we go back to a new round. It is Patch again.
Yeah, keep working at her with that knife.
All right. Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna yell at you to get out of my way.
Oh yeah, that's right. Paragon is taking. Yep, I will follow Paragon's orders.
All right.
I'll dive out of the way.
Is Prada out of the way?
I'm gonna let go of the knife and run for my life in the other direction.
All right. If he's doing that,
I don't want him to spray blood all over.
Give me a strength, Prada, if you want to try to take the knife with you.
Can I kick her?
Yeah. Basically, you're one more attempt.
I got a 77, so I'm
okay.
letting go of the knife.
Yeah, you let go of the knife.
And I'm
yep.
diving out of the way because I don't want blood splattered all over me.
All right, so everyone's out of the way. I'm going to Swiss cheeser. Full mag.
All right, you want to try to put the rest of the magazine into her?
Yeah.
All right. Luckily, we'll say that because Pawn just uses his move to get her in the duffel bag, he's also able to get out of the way.
Awesome.
So you can put the rest of your clip into her. So go ahead and roll.
Okay. I only fail on 100, so 70.
All right. All right. So go ahead and roll lethality.
Okay. That is 10 damage total. I rolled a 64.
Yeah. Well, yes. So you do indeed. You cut her up, and it takes a significant amount of gunfire. I mean, it takes the end of this clip to put her down. And after you do it, it seems like her body is still sort of kind of moving, and the muscles are still kind of flinching a little bit. And it takes a few more stabs just to make sure that she is properly out. And then you realize after you do that the pieces of her body are starting to separate and move, just like her victims did. And so if you do not get out of here quickly, it looks like her body is going to then try and continue to kill you as these disgusting flesh piece monsters.
Yep, time to run.
Fire.
Time to go. Fire. Burn it down.
There's
start a
got to
fire
be
on the way out,
alcohol
yeah.
in a.
I have I could carry a full med kit with me. I bet I have
Okay.
alcohol in it.
Yeah.
I'll go stop by the kitchen too. If those are gas stoves.
Turn on the burners. Yeah.
Parsnip, everything up, all clear up there?
Can I run back and grab my knife?
You can if you are fine taking a attack from a monster on the way out.
Yeah, no.
Fuck. Okay. It's just one little flesh monster.
Can I run up and kick the flesh monster and then grab my knife?
Yes, it's the
punch
one
him?
next to that. It's the other flesh monsters though that are the issue. So one will get an attack on you as you pull the knife out of it and run away, or out of its buddy rather.
That's a valuable knife. I'm going to do it.
All right. So go ahead and make a dodge. So you are able to get in there and kind of get your knife out, and as you're trying to get away, you make a dodge.
Oh, 35. Okay.
Yeah, and it failed. So this disgusting thing, this like snake, like disgusting serpent of flesh that was part of her intestines, tries to sort of pounce, and you kind of nearly dodge out of the way of this disgusting thing, and then you see again one of those like disgusting sort of flesh spiders that's like part of her sternum is now walking up, and all these disgusting things are moving, and so you narrowly get out of there. Cool. All right, the clock is ticking, but you still have a few minutes until you think that people will have a chance to get here. What does everyone want to do with the remains of this scene? Also, I do need or no, you're actually fine. Sorry, Paragon is adapted to violence, so no roll for killing her.
I'm getting everything prepped to start a fire, and as soon as Parsnip's done, we're lighting it up. Yeah.
Are we out of the torture chamber? Or have we not yet escaped that yet?
Yeah, we're
yes.
running up the stairs.
You are now running up to the sort of like the hidden outside the hidden staircase.
Okay, I'm gonna
behind the actual staircase.
I'm gonna take point, aim my other gun, so I throw the MP5 onto the side. I have the other gun, assault rifle, on the strap, so I'm gonna have that ready to just unload the entire clip.
Your gun? Yeah.
My gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, if anything shows its face, I'm going to blast it to buy us some time.
Doesn't look like anything else shows its face. This place is it's again this has been a very eerie raid. If anything, it's quiet now. It's
we got to get the fire going at least.
Spookily quiet.
Parsnip, where are we at? Come on, man.
What's the status of my?
It is now finished. It looks like you have successfully wiped the security camera footage. You've also wiped what you presume, given what the others have saw, is likely Dr. Ferguson's personal, copy of it.
Okay. As far as like the medical records for this facility and how would I be able to download those quickly?
You could yes, you could download like basically the stuff for like what they've been doing with London, basically like her treatment plan and things like that.
Yeah, I could. Let me do that. If I could do that like in less than 5 minutes, let's do that too.
Should have been able to do all that at the same time.
I was thinking, yeah.
So yeah, you were able to get rid of the you're able to get rid of the footage. You're able to get the copy of her records.
Okay. Yep, we're good to go. And just kind of looking out the door, do I see anybody coming?
You do not at the moment. It looks like for now the coast is clear, but like I said, you do know the clock is ticking on that silent alarm.
Okay.
Burners in the kitchen, like Pon said. If it's gas stove, turn them on.
I think
it
a
is
little bit further away to give us time.
I think we have to kill the people tied to the car. They've seen our faces.
Sure.
They don't know who we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, but
We
No,
were
you're
also in
right.
hazmat suits, so we really haven't.
okay.
It's up to you.
Let's get the hell out of here. Let's go.
It will be
Yeah,
a
let's go.
hefty hit for some of those. But if you do take them out.
Yeah, I'm doing it. This is for the good of our mission.
He's got a taste
Paragon.
for blood now.
Yeah, wait till the more afraid maybe are clear.
Yep.
Not everyone's as understanding. Does everyone have a car, a way out?
Well, yeah, I'll take a car.
I'll take a bike. I'll see you at the location.
And Pawn, we can talk to that head. She talks apparently. So
Okay. Yeah,
Before we destroy
I'll
it.
take care of it. Okay.
should we meet at the green box?
Yeah, we're
Probably the
actually
best idea. Yeah, let's do it.
we agreed on Ohio's green box.
Yeah.
Just so it's
Yeah,
far
just keep
away
moving.
from
Yeah.
get there.
Right.
March.
We all take different roads.
Mhm.
All right. Off we go.
All right. So anyone that is not adapted to violence is going to have to give me a roll here. This will be okay. So it's going to be a 1d8 for leaving the scene like this and killing 2 innocent people. So if you're not adapted to violence, you'll need to roll a sanity for this. So I believe that is Prada and Parsnip, unfortunately.
Yeah, I passed that.
I took a 4.
Okay. And Mark, that you have taken you've taken another damage from violence to see if you have adapted to it.
Okay, you got to get 3, right?
Yeah, you have to get 3 since you last hit a breaking point, or had a bout.
Okay.
Actually, sorry, no, I think it's just breaking point. Actually, rather. If you
Okay,
go, yeah.
So
when you-
far, I mean, as of when we started tonight, I was right at my breaking point, 48.
Okay.
So I've just gone below.
So you've just reset. So yeah, you have no checks for. You'll just have the 1 check for violence.
Correct.
But you will get another. We will talk about another disorder later.
All right.
That Prada is going to get. I'm sure we can come up with something. I have a few ideas already. All right. Yeah, there is this dark sense, Prada, that you feel like, who really are the monsters here? I mean, you did some dark things to help you achieve your goals, almost or as dark as some of the things that you've seen people on the other side doing. So that's kind of eats away at you a little bit. All right, yeah, you were able to set this place up to burn, and as you are all pulling out and driving away, it is actually the entrance to the access road that you see a number of Texas Rangers. It looks like that are driving in.
Oh, I took the over the fence to get on the dirt bike.
Oh yeah, so so some of you don't see that. Instead, you get a wonderful view of the wild plains and other sort of mixed terrain of northern Texas as you drive away on these dirt bikes. All right, well, so a number of things will happen. First, we'll do the mechanics thing. So now that you've all taken some hits, you are going to get some sanity back. So for London Sinclair, you can all gain one sanity back from taking her out. You can also gain a D3 sanity for taking out Jess Bell, and another one for taking out, we'll say that Pawn can get one for taking out Lori as well.
How about the doctor?
And you can get one for Dr. Ferguson. Yeah. So you should get a D3 plus 3, and then Pawn gets one more. As you did take some very disgusting people out of the equation.
Okay, I managed to roll a 1, so.
And Pawn, you wanted to take a look at the head.
Yes. Is it still talking?
It is quiet. And when you open the duffel, are you gonna open the duffel bag?
Yeah.
When you look in, it doesn't seem to be moving.
Don't trust it.
London?
You want me to give me a human?
Oh, okay. All right. 52 under 60. Yeah. Oh, he doesn't trust it no matter what.
Oh, yeah. You think that she might be faking.
Well, yes, we are going to destroy it.
Yeah.
Let's just wait until we get back to the box.
Oh, God. He'll zip it back up and he'll call Phelps.
Okay. Yeah, and this is like in the car, right? You were in the van, right? Okay. You weren't one of the ones that was on dirt bike. Yeah, so you're in the back. You call him up. It rings a few times, and then you do hear as he picks it up. He says, "How'd it go?"
Went great. Went nice and clean. But I'd like to talk about a deal.
A deal?
Yes. I suspect that my team is on your radar at the moment. Would that be safe to say that we're a loose end?
That depends.
Would a certain individual's head make that loose end disappear?
That would definitely help your situation.
We can talk. Give me a place. Actually, I'll tell you a place. What am I talking about?
What? Yeah. Where would you like to meet?
Yeah. Set up some site for a little bit of a drop off.
I can't speak for all of my employers, but I know that a couple of them are very pleased, or very, very thankful for what you've done. So yes, I'll happy to make I can meet you there, and we can make the exchange. Is she? Did you check if she's dead or not?
I don't think she's dead. So if your employers want to have a fun time taking a crack at her, more power to them. I don't think anybody's going to be looking for her.
What about the rest of her?
That's gone.
Gone how?
Fire.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'll meet you there.
Very good.
Make the swap. And yeah, I can tell you that well, I'm no expert on the whole thing. I'm just the man on the ground. But I think that our employers don't want to get in the way of yours. So, and as far as the with this gift, like I said, the couple are already very happy. But for the rest of my employers, I know that this will definitely help them not only not get in your way, but maybe they won't dig into anything or make your life any worse or make anything that they have know about you more known than it is. This would definitely help incentivize that.
Wonderful. I love it when people can just talk to each other.
Right? Yeah. If only that was how we could handle all these things, right? All right. Well, I'll meet you there.
All right. He motorbikes away.
All right.
And
So everyone's meeting back up at the green box, or?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Is this before or after your meeting, Pawn?
After he had to drop the head off before.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a pretty discreet. You give him the head. He shakes your hand and he says, "For both of our sakes, I hope we never meet again. But I hope you have a good life. Good work."
Sure.
I guess. And there's this sort of awkward moment, and you kind of like you would view the person playing for the opposite sports team, sort of, and you go your separate ways. He takes the duffel bag away, and and you're successfully able to meet up with the others at the green box.
Where's the head, Pawn?
Where's the head?
Yeah.
It's gone. I had to get rid of it.
Too
loud.
What do you mean you got rid of it?
I had to how the thing gets chatty. I had to destroy it. Fire still worked.
Well, the human of 80.
I was about to say, given that the action is dying down, and a couple of you have very good humans, and you have worked with Pawn for a little bit now, he's kind of not giving you the full truth there.
Fuck.
I'm not going to say anything.
You're not going to say anything.
Are you trying to make it?
I failed. So
Okay.
I am going
no.
to keep Pawn's secret because he is one of my bonds.
What is your human product? It's you have like 60 something, right?
no, it's it's 45, but I got 30.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I didn't. I got an 80.
Yeah. Oh.
You can tell something's a little up though, because Pawn, but you don't know for
and
sure.
I'm like,
He's not a good liar.
you realize part of our mission was to keep March from weaponizing her. Just hand her I don't know. It's such like I'm meta. You turned over the weapon to them so that they can.
I mean that's part of that would be something you'd feel in character.
Yeah. I did what I had to do for us, for our family, for everyone.
We're all in Delta Green. We're willing to give our lives for the secret.
I think we should have just set them up and ambushed them.
I should have just destroyed the damn thing. Oh well, that's the way I'm not saying it out loud. I'm thinking it and I'm going away.
Yeah, I mean it is knife. Because I mean it is I will remind more so the viewers that we are playing Outlaws right now. So unlike the program, which is a little more lenient on this kind of thing, the MO is seek and destroy the unnatural to keep everyone safe. So this was a little bit of a thing that you would be looking at Pawn with a little bit of a question here. Paragon, are you keeping your poker face, or are you kind of giving him the look that you know like that you know?
I am very conflicted at this point because he is one of my bonds, and
oh yes,
it seems like he did actually save our family's lives and our own lives. So I'm going to maintain the poker face.
I'm going to Bermuda. So
I'm going to see my family.
I'm disappearing.
Yeah.
That's smart. Although I don't think anyone should long-term follow you. It's
well, I mean,
I think you should call our handler then, Pawn.
Okay.
And they better have our new identities ready.
So now there's the question of who wants to put in the call, and also who is going to be saying what are you going to be telling Delta Green in your debriefings? You're likely you're probably actually going to first we'll do this. Yeah. So first, who's going to make the call?
You can tell them what you did, Pawn. You're the one that sold the fucking head.
What am I supposed to do? I have 2 people left in my life that will talk to me. I'm not going to get them killed for fine. Give me the phone.
All right.
Yep.
So you're going to call up Boris?
Boris.
You call, and there is no answer.
Well, guess Boris doesn't want to talk with us anymore.
Makes sense. After we told them about March.
Wait, are we burned?
I think we've been burned since we told them about March, and we killed one of their people.
That was a floozy. I'm just happy. We get to live our lives. Hands off.
Do we? When Delta
Hopefully.
Green burns its agents, does that mean we're dead? Or does that just mean they've washed their hands of us?
Well, I would suggest you set up some sort of, what do they call it? Dead man switch?
It is a few. So, are you going to, go over things together and spend the night at the Green Box, or is people trying to make a quick exit?
Quick exit.
I'm going.
Quick exit.
I'm dropping the knife.
We're done.
I
Yeah.
don't want that anymore.
I'm heading to Haiti to learn black magic from the voodoo people.
So
Hope I never see any of you again.
it is a few hours later. Is that morning? You got a call upon. It is a woman's voice. She says, apparently I need to be caught up. Boris is missing.
Missing.
You're talking to Betty now. Is it done?
It's done.
All right. We need to have a debriefing.
Okay.
And you get a location. She gives you a church, like a small church, and you're told to go into a confessional booth, and that's where you're gonna do that. And so she calls each one of you get a call or an email to set up this discreet briefing in a location like this. And so we'll go through. We'll start with Pond. So what are you going to tell the person, this woman that is presumably the person you talk to, that is whoever you're getting debriefed by, on the other side of this little church, little priest? Can't remember what those are called. But yeah, little confession booth.
Are you aware of March's involvement with this mess?
Yes. How how did things go down?
It went fine. We did our part. And I smoothed things over with March.
How did you do that?
I made them a deal for some of London. I can try and hide it, but I suspect you should already know this.
And you can tell that the voice, it does sound, like a female. You're not sure if it's the same one. She does, this voice on the other side of this little screen here in the booth does not seem very pleased. They say, and why did you feel the need to do that?
Because they were going to get it one way or the other. We're not that good at hiding. The place went up. The body was in a basement in pieces with possible regeneration. And frankly, with what we saw of what March was doing there, they could follow all of us out of there. I made the call that the safest bet was to try and smooth things over after we completely botched their assassination attempt. And we took out Jess Bell. So a win for us there.
Yes, the taking out of both of the vectors is surely a win. Giving March Technologies, biotechnical information like that is not a win. That's the opposite of what we would like. We don't want outright war with them. Obviously, we try to stay out of each other's ways, but we don't want to just help them. So that is not good. I suppose maybe we don't have to worry about them going after you, but we still need to. All right. Well,
I can tell you who has the head. The Chin family does, and I wouldn't be surprised if March doesn't know about it. They're probably torturing London as we speak.
Why do you think that?
Because she killed their son.
I think they just want to kill her.
Well, then mission accomplished. Then I made everybody happy, and the head is still
including gone. March Technologies.
Yes. You said we don't want war.
You can almost hear the facepalm from the other side of the screen. Well, as much as we can talk about that later in your reassessment, we have another problem. Like I said, Boris is missing.
Okay.
Not only a case officer is missing, we have a member of B-Cell missing. So I will be getting back to you. Where we will likely be getting back to you about a follow-up and likely talking more about what you know, because I have the feeling that this is unfortunately not over. Well, London sure is, but this overall is not, because I would be lying if I said I wish I was not sitting here, and that Boris was. So, all right. Well, we will be in contact then. You likely will want to. Well, you will likely might want a change of identity. Even so, we'll stay in contact, and then the sort of screen is shut. All right, who wants to go next?
I'll go.
All right, Patch.
Another confessional? Is it just?
It's similar. Yes, maybe it's we'll say it is another confessional because you probably are you haven't gone super far yet. So it's set up in a situation where you are not necessarily looking at the person's face that you're talking to, but you are able to speak with them.
The reason you called me here?
Yeah, the voice. She says, debriefing. I want to know what happened from your perspective. It's safe here, so feel free to speak.
We apprehended the two individual targets from the Farnsworth Bell family. Jess Bell was eliminated immediately.
That is very good.
London Sinclair was dealt with. Her body was destroyed, and the decision was made to hand her head over to March Technologies.
Was that decision a group one?
Yes, this was a group decision. I take responsibility for that as medical personnel.
Interesting. Okay. Why did you do that?
We're warned by Boris that we had already caused tensions between Delta Green and March Technologies, and that to further fan the flames would be dangerous and very ill-advised from a Delta Green perspective. So in order to smooth that over, the decision was made to hand over the remains of London Sinclair.
You don't think they could have gotten remains up elsewhere without having to hand them her head on a silver platter?
We burned the place down. It is unlikely they would have retrieved any.
You set the place on fire.
It's unlikely they would have retrieved any biological materials.
Well, you set the place on fire, but did you monitor the place after you left? I mean, they were on you before you.
Authorities were on the way to apprehend. We had to leave.
I'm sure they got some remains. Whether that is ash, then they got the ash. All right. Well, I mean, before anything else in regards to that, before my next question.
Nope. I stand by the decision. If anyone is to receive a reprimand for it, it should be me.
Interesting. Well, why you? Why not the whole team if it was a group decision?
It was, the group deferred to me as the medical personnel who was most familiar with Miss Sinclair's condition.
And from your understanding, no, I mean, I presume just by the fact that we know KIAs, nobody was contaminated. Everyone is fine physically there. As far as that, there was no
team member was contaminated in the process.
And you cleaned the site to the best of your ability before leaving. Okay. Given your expertise, what would you say the morale and how is everyone holding up? Is anyone look like they've lost too many marbles? Are you worried anyone has been corrupted by the unnatural?
Corrupted by the unnatural? No, I do not. In my observations, I do not believe that. I believe Agent Pond could use an extended break, but I do not believe he's been corrupted by the supernatural. I believe he has just been mentally taxed by the ordeal.
So you think all the agents are they're good to they're okay though. There's no
yes,
no worries there.
No one has appeared to be dabbling in anything unnatural or strange. No.
All right. Well, is there anything else that you wanted to add?
No, I think that is it.
All right. Thank you. We will be in contact in the future. It seems that Boris has gone missing. So this might not necessarily be over. Rather, we will perhaps most likely need to talk with you again to get to the bottom of this, because this is definitely alarming, giving the full picture here. So,
how to reach me.
All right. And then, Prada, I believe you raised your hand, so we'll do next. You
Sure.
next.
Yeah.
you meet, like I said, at a discreet,
No.
discreet location.
No, I'm not going to meet at a discreet location. If they call me on the phone, I'm going to tell them, I say, you can ask me questions over the phone, but I am no longer going to work for Delta Green.
The person, the one on the phone says, what do you mean?
I can't trust the people that I work with.
That's fine. But let's talk about that. You need to come. We need to have a debriefing first, and then we can go our separate ways. But
I'm sorry. The situation is such that I don't feel that I can trust anyone. That if I come in, you're just as likely to put a bullet in my brain. For all
why
I
would
know
we
that
do
you
that?
might have done all of that because of the things that took place. I suspect that. Let me give you can I brief you over the phone? Can we have a secure line?
It's not protocol.
Well, then let me put it into code that maybe you can understand. In a game of chess, certain pieces can be entrusted with things that when they rendezvous with you, they suddenly no longer have. Do you understand? I suspect,
No.
I highly suspect that those items have not been destroyed. I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't trust that I can come in. I can text you. I can speak to you over the phone, but
Tell me about. You said you didn't trust the people you work with.
look,
Tell me about that. Are you talking about the team, the agents?
Have you spoken to anyone else yet?
Perhaps I have.
All right.
Obviously, everyone will be debriefed if they haven't already.
Then if they've gone over the events that took place, you should be able to surmise what I'm saying.
I want to hear your side of the story. I want to hear why you don't trust them.
When we arrived, there was already a detachment. And while the others attempted to destroy the larger part of that detachment, I simply grabbed the smaller part of the detachment in order to...
I'm aware of what you're talking about.
In order to keep it from reattaching.
Mm-hmm. Or rolling away, I understand.
Yes. Two of the active members.
Two of your coworkers.
Yes, two of my coworkers had retrieved an item from our previous opera, one that is a rather dangerous item, and they used it in order to subdue the larger attachment. I contacted another one of my coworkers, the chess player, the one who, you understand, one of the chess pieces. And I called him and I handed him the smaller piece in order to keep it away from the larger piece. And we left after taking care of the problem at the place where we were. We were supposed to rendezvous. And when we rendezvoused, the chess man no longer had the detached piece.
Yes, I understand. What about these? Did you put everything else in the green box?
Everything, as far as I know, everything is in the green box. There wasn't much else to put there, the weapons that we had and so forth. But at that point, I realized that these were the people that at that moment, just a half an hour earlier, I had trusted with destroying the thing that we went there to destroy. And that was not done. In fact, there may have been a collaboration with one of the months in the year, I think the third month.
I understand, yes.
And
well,
I feel at that point that I simply have to get out and go. I am leaving. You will never hear from me again. I will, of course, keep any information that I have complete secret till the day I die.
you see, we're in a bit of a predicament there because it seems that Boris is missing. So whether he did what you did without telling us, or if something worse has happened, we have to look into it.
Well,
so that presents a problem if you want to just disappear into the wind, because we need you to talk to you, or to be able to talk with you if something comes up.
I can't be a part of it anymore. No, I'm sorry. I can't offer you any help. And I certainly can't work with these people anymore. I mean, that I don't want to reflect badly on any of them, except maybe the chess man. The others tried their best to do the job, despite the fact that they used objects of odd geometries. Oh, I'm fucking late. We're throwing you guys under the bus. I can't do it. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I have your number, and if I feel differently in the future, I will recontact you. But I want to go on alone missions. I don't want to go on this silly, crazy trusting people.
That can be arranged, but yes, I do urge you to do so in your best interest.
All right. I am the one. I am quite sworn to this, Delta Green, and I will not reveal anything. I'll take my own life before I give any information.
If that is true, then be sure that you do call us back very soon then, or answer the phone when we call. And then she hangs up. All right, Paragon.
And I get on my airplane to New Zealand because I keep misleading everyone as to where I'm going.
Okay, well, we can get it to that when we get to home scenes. So yes, Paragon. So you make your way to the locale. You go to like maybe a study, a study area in a discreet library, or like I said, a place where you can look, talk to each other without really seeing each other. Yep. Perhaps you're sitting, maybe even old school style, you're at an empty diner, outside, and you're back to back or something like that.
Maybe even in the back of an Uber.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. Like, you're just, and there's the screen and everything. So unfortunately, Boris is missing, so I'm the one here making the debrief. Let's start with what happened, your perspective on things.
Sorry to hear that. I quite like Boris.
Yes, he was quite the worker, we'll say, quite the agent. Speak plainly. Tell me what happened. Why? Your perspective on it.
I am tactical operations. I go in and I get the job done. I make sure the team is safe. I went in with everything I procured using my own expertise in firearms. I solely used firearms on this mission.
Even though they were less effective?
Even though they were less effective.
Okay. Why did you do that?
I'm simply not good up close. But full auto packs hell of a punch.
Fair point. Well, I mean, how did things go in your eyes?
We went in, we stopped the vectors, we all split up, and when we went into our meetup location, something that was supposed to be there, it wasn't.
I understand. So what is your opinion on that? How and why it happened?
I believe it was done for our best intentions by this agent. But I'm losing sleep over it. I can't. I realize what just happened, and now that this object is in enemy hands. But you have to understand, we're all happy to be alive, not hunted down.
Well, surely we could have helped you with that either way, but this is surely unsettling.
I'm ready to take up arms again.
Yes, well, as I said, it seems that while this the opera having to do with is concluded, but in general, the situation isn't over. Now we've got the disappearance of Boris to look into. But is there any before we move on to the next thing? Yeah, I mean, is there any other thoughts or opinions you have on what happened, and on the state of the other agents at the end of the opera?
They're looking out for me. I feel like I can trust them in the field.
That's
and
good.
You know my number next time another opera comes up.
Indeed. We will be in contact. I'm sure we'll have more questions and more things to speak about to get to the bottom of this.
Good. My stop's right there.
What?
My stop's right there. And I get out of the car.
We will be in contact soon.
Goodbye.
All right. And last but not least, Agent Parsnip.
Hey.
Welcome. Well, if you haven't heard already, unfortunately, as Boris is missing, and so I'm the one here doing these debriefings instead of him. Let's get into it. So, first of all, good work in some regard. What is your? Tell me what happened from your perspective.
It was terrible, awful. I'm glad it's over. We tried to do the best job we could. I think we worked well together. In the end, we all showed up at the green box together. We didn't have everything.
Mm-hmm.
Don't exactly know motivation behind that or anything. I'm just more of a support member of the team. Try to do the best I can for them.
It sounds like your expertise was highly needed and useful, but I understand what you mean in that it's wouldn't give you any more blame than we would give anyone on the team. So, but I don't know. I mean, how do you I understand you don't know the motivations. How do you feel about what happened personally? I mean, do you yeah.
Well, I was really kind of conflicted actually over the whole thing. I got the impression that some of my partners were had a little bit more experience with this kind of thing, and I'm not military or law enforcement or anything like that. So I kind of feel like these things are really hard to understand, and it's very difficult to put a motivation on it and how you feel about it at the end. I'm really looking forward to some rest. Actually, I'm very tired.
Well, you've earned that at least. Well, all right. What's your opinion of the fellow agents? From your perspective, do you think any of them have been compromised? Is everyone's mental health all right following the mission? Is everyone good to go in the future?
I mean, I'm not a medical professional, but my armchair psychologist perspective would say, yeah, I think they're all right. I would go back on a mission with these same individuals.
All right. Well, we as I said, Boris is missing, so we're going to have to we look into that. So we'll be keeping in touch. I mean, is there anything else that you wanted to share with me while you had the chance here?
No.
All right.
Maybe stock the green boxes with more snacks, but other than that.
More snacks. Okay. I'll make sure to relay that to ASL for you.
Yeah, thanks.
Typically, you probably ought to tell the other agents stocking them that, but not necessarily something worthy of an internal memo as far as I'm concerned, but
I understand.
Well, I guess that's it. Thank you. We will we'll keep in contact.
All right. Thank you.
All right. And with that, I think we can move on to some home scenes real quick to close us off. All right. I guess we'll just we'll go left to right here. So Prada, what are you going to do for your home scene? Let me also, do we have a pin? Is it in the Discord? I'll get to that as well.
What was that?
The chart, so that everyone knows what the mechanical side of things are.
When I arrive in Tibet,
it's Tibet now.
I'm going to spend some time in a monastery, trying to understand more about myself and about the nature of magic.
Study some more hypergeometry.
but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm changing my name. I'm not dressing like I used to. I'm doing my best to disguise myself. And by the monastery, I'm wanting to cut myself off from the rest of the world so that the rest of the world can't find me. And I'll do that for a while until I feel it's safe for me to start moving around again. But
so what in particular would you like to use? Are you going to, to study the unnatural, usually takes a number, it's about how you do it. So are you going to continue, read more of the Patriarch's Tome and, studying that, or what are you going to use to study the unnatural?
That's kind of where I start. But then I'm going to try to find out from, see if there's any Tibetan tomes or anything like that can lead me to an understanding of like these moon beasts and checking through the mythologies.
Do the roll here for you.
Not knowing what they're right.
So for this one, usually for this one I would do the roll. So, and use your stat. All right. So you find yourself at a point in your research. You find some stuff. You find some things, some Tibetan information, and it kind of leads you. You end up. What catches your eye is mentions of dreams and the study of dreams. But you find that what James is talking about is different. it takes a different turn. So there is really the question of, do you want to delve more into this? What you've stumbled upon, with that you found some Tibetan lore of with the realm of dreams and that kind of thing, or would you rather stay focused more and learn more about, what you learned from James that has to do with more of the crops, like, blessing crops, blessing blades, things like that, and go to that more of that area?
Since I don't really know which direction to go, if I've run across stuff about dreams, well, that takes me back to the fellow who is trying to, the dream research.
Right.
So I'll dive into that then.
Okay.
And see where that leads.
Awesome. So then we will talk more in the future about that. And you have to reduce a non-Delta Green bond by a D4.
I'll drop my psychologist. What the fuck does he know?
And I get the idea that in some way, these agents, as agents again, or characters, will show up in the future. And so you can go ahead and do, so take a D4 off of your bond there, and then you can go ahead and also roll me. You know what? I feel like you've got into some stuff. Roll me a D10 and add that to your unnatural, and then I will direct message you privately about some more details on your research.
6.
Nice, wonderful. So I believe you're you're passed into the double digits now. I mean, you were already just barely.
I was already in double
digits.
digits.
Yeah. Because you had I think you had
11.
You were on. Yeah, you were at 11. That's what I have. Yep.
So I'm at 17 now.
Wonderful. Your depth of the knowledge grows, and your the maximum sanity and the maximum composure that you can have continues to dwindle. Wonderful. All right, Patch.
First thing Patch is going to do is take a personal vacation to France with
Mm.
and get away for a little while, but probably never truly relax at all and continuously watch her back. But after that, she's going to work on her knife skills because she can't stab anyone to save anything, and that felt like that was pretty important.
Awesome. So actually, since the errata, they have updated this because it was needed some improving for the down So it's actually, you get to pick either 2 skills or stats.
Okay.
Or one of each.
I'm gonna work on my melee weapons and on just my unarmed combat in general.
Okay.
It felt pretty
awesome. So you go ahead and roll. You're gonna roll each of those.
Like
so roll each of those ones.
Okay.
Yeah, you roll your melee weapons right now and your unarmed right now.
All right. Melee weapons. That's a failure. Just a standard failure. Unarmed combat. That's a critical success.
Okay. So unfortunately, you're going to add nothing to unarmed, but go ahead and add a 3d6 to your melee weapons.
3d6. Okay. That's 4, 6. That's 10, 11.
And the silver lining here is that you are only going to lose 1 bond point, because you reduce a non-DG bond by 1 for each stat or skill increase. So the one you increase, you don't lose 1 for.
All right. Well, I'm spending a lot of time doing this, so my bond with my partner decreases a bit.
It's like, what? Well, we have this wonderful trip to France, and then you're busy at the gym all the time. Going to dojos.
I was distracted the entire trip. I kept looking over my shoulder, and he's like, "What is going on? Why don't you just calm down?" And then I'm in the office all the time now.
Indeed. Awesome. Great. And then Paragon?
So Paragon is very happy that he's home with his family. So he's going to fulfill his responsibilities.
Wonderful. Go ahead and roll sanity. There is no cost for this one.
Sure, I passed.
Great. So you can go ahead and roll a d6 and improve a bond by that. Just make sure to note that nothing in a downtime can cause a bond to go more than your current charisma rating.
Got it. Yeah, so I rolled a 5, but my charisma is 7. So I've been a little more jaded since I was adapted to violence, all the killing.
All right. And so you said you was it a success or?
It was a success.
Okay,
So I
awesome.
added
Yeah.
D6 to
Yeah, and you added a
my
5.
wife.
Awesome. Yeah. So yes, getting to spend some time with your family, definitely improves your relationship with her. Definitely, she's probably very worried. You don't give her a lot of details, but she knows the kind of job you work in. So she doesn't like that you're not around sometimes, and is obviously very worried about you. But it's times like these that she knows why she's with you. So that improves your relationship there. And it helps distract you a little bit from everything that you have learned and been that is slowly starting to break your mind.
I'm here right now, so
Exactly.
I'm gonna enjoy it.
Exactly. All right, and then again, last but not least, we turn to Parsnip.
Yeah, Parsnip is going to do exactly what he told the lady in the debriefing. He's going to just rest, go camping, take some vacation, that kind of stuff. I mean, he's really just not going to. Yeah, the mission was pretty rough on him, actually. So
you deserve some time for sure.
Yeah, that's what he wants to do.
All right. So you're gonna back to nature.
Sure.
Literally, rather. Awesome. So you go ahead and reduce a non-delta green bond by 1.
Okay.
And then give me a sanity roll.
Okay. Yes, 23.
Awesome. So you can go ahead and gain a D4 sanity.
Okay.
Awesome. And and you have some good time camping. Get out there. Good. And it helps you a little bit. Calm your mind a little bit. Take your mind off of things. Enjoy nature a little bit. Kind of why you did this is kind of why you even do these kind of things, is so you can enjoy things like this, and the world keeps on living. So it's good to get back to that and just sort of be around exactly what kind of keeps you going. Awesome. And sorry, I was working ahead of myself. Yeah. So the man behind the deal, Pawn.
Pawn shows up at his sister's door. The new hair dye running in the rain, with a badly packed suitcase, because his wife kicked him out after this. It finally hit that he was just too unstable. So he's going to crash with his sister for a while and try and help around the house and repair their one score bond that they have.
Oh,
because life is tense in the Doyle household.
All right, yeah. So trying to fulfill responsibilities, keep the relationships you do have left in check. How did that go?
A 92 over my current sanity 41, but it's still 1, right?
Yeah, so. Yeah. You still get to improve the bond by 1, so you're not right there at your sister's not about to kick you out too. She's like, all right, maybe you have some use, And so things are very tense. Obviously it's very, very damaging to your psyche. I'm sure the whole thing, and then also like your wife kicking you out. It's rough. It's definitely rough. But you have other family, and so you're able to try to make, like as you said, make things well with them. And so wonderful. I knew that was gonna be good, so I had to save you for last for that. But yeah. So you all are able to slowly go back into your regular lives, at least for now. And that is where we will put a close on this. And I guess just because I've been teasing you and the audience with it the whole time, yes, this is a March Technologies mug that I've been drinking out of. And so it is the March Technologies globe. But yes, so yes, wonderful. That was awesome. Thank you all for playing.
Excellent, John.
Really good.
What was in the box with the monkey?
Yeah.
I have to know what was in the box.
Okay. Do you really want to know?
He left it open so that they could continue the story.
I mean, if you're never going to go back to that green box, I can tell you, but it is open to some of these characters. You all could bring these back. It's just it's a matter of if you're ever going to go back to that green box.
He'll tell us when all our characters die.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I can tell you. It's
if one person doesn't want to know, then that's fine. I won't ask you to spill.
Might be something that I go back for.
You're like someday you will tell us what is in that box.
It was related to the dream stuff, so
Mhm.
that was really cool. Our players included.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, is there any other questions that you wanted to ask that I could answer real quick before we wrap this up?
Not really.
All right.
What I can think of.
I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but this was great. So we can wrap up there for now.
Our players included Holly Buto, Nathan Decker, Julian Arba, Alex Sun, and myself, with John Dos Passos as the keeper of the secrets. We have a Discord server where you can chat with our other members, you can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. If you'd like to support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 or $2 a month helps us a lot. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows, and leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answering any questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Delta Green role-playing game. Until next time, good luck, good gaming.